nothing compared to what I used to do. I mean, every room had a theme. Well, if you saw my Thanksgiving video, you know I had my counter cleaned off, but not anymore. Dishes in the sink, all that good stuff. But this is my work area of my fix and repair Santas, because when you get them out of storage, little things need to be touched up. And I want to tell you a little story about this Santa. This is a Stephanie Kyler, and her company is called Kyler Craft, and I have two of her Santas. I have a big one and a little one. One of the things, now, I don't think this is really her fault. It's just probably poor storage, but this Sarnet or whatever she's using for her face does not hold glue, so typically this happens. And he's lost his eyebrows and stuff. I don't know if she gave him eyebrows. I think so. And I have like all this extra hair anyway, so I'm going to give him eyebrows. So this is really common for her, because both of mine did this. They both kind of fell apart. And it's just the glue does not adhere to, well, it adhered to that, but it's not adhering to the face material. Now, the other thing that happened to him, and I did get him for a pretty decent price both ways. He wasn't cheap and he wasn't expensive because his hands were broken. And this, I just happened to find little leftover pieces of his hand on his wire. But it's the same material, but this stuff is really fragile and did not hold up well with hands. And I hate to say, you know, about her work, because her work is beautiful. Sorry, my nails look gross. But this stuff just didn't hold well. Now, that is probably due to poor storage. That I keep them in the house, and I have certain Santas I keep in my house, and then some I can put up. I feel comfortable putting up in the attic. So what happened with him, you can see, because I'm trying to look at what I'm doing. Well, instead of looking at what I'm doing, let's see. So you can tell that this is going to be hard to work with, but that's his hand in there. Now what she does is she kind of folds her fur under, and that's why it's hard to get to, because it really makes nice, see how thick and pretty it looks. Now this is real rabbit hair, and as a result, it does shed. So what I did, I got this off of another Santa. It was just one of those Santas that you pick up at Walmart or somewhere, but I love the color, and it took Santas off. I've tore up plenty of Santas. So I've stuffed it. I have some little stuffing down here, and I'm sewed it on to his batting. He has some batting on it. My last stitch, I just wanted to show you. See how his hands just kind of like, you know, flat and gooey. Because I really couldn't get the wire. I have some wire right in here, but I can't get it all the way down, because you saw how hard that was to deal with. So my last stitch will be just a little bit, it would be nice if I had someone hold the camera for me. That would have been great. Was to just kind of pull that hand in like this and put a stitch in it. So his hand's in a cup versus, you know, just straight on. And that way he'll look like he's holding stuff. Now, he came, I had to do that obviously with two hands. He came with this adorable little hobby horse that I think he did, yeah. That has the real fur hair, right? That feels like real hair. It could be fake, but man, oh no, it's fake. I see a little string right there. Wow, it feels real. So that kind of worked out really well. So he's got this adorable little hobby horse that comes with him. And he comes with the book. Now what I try not to do when I make my Santas is glue stuff. And I hate that this book is glued. It is just killing me. And it's glued. I don't know if you can see down there. I just do not glue my stuff on. And I do not like the snowman. And this, if you look at him, that is where the hand was glued to this, and I think that was just that was the beginning of the end for the hand, because once this got kind of bound up, it broke the hand. I don't like this. If I may hit this with a hairdryer and get rid of it, I know it's unique. Or I could, I'm just going to disguise it, because what I have is this vintage doll. And I say vintage, I don't know. I don't know what year she came out. Maybe 80s, not that vintage. And I want to work her in, but I don't want to cover up my books. I think I have her in this hand. But then when I look at, I always try to go with some kind of color theme that goes well. I have this crazy little train ornament, and I really like the color of that with this set. So I may try to figure out a way to tie that into what he's holding and maybe cover up. Snowman's just not working for me. I like to just take it off. Might still do it. But anyway, isn't his face beautiful? Look at that. I know I always look at her stuff. I follow her on Facebook and just adore her work. But I promise you, this one right here is it's just like a face. You just find one that you love. It just speaks to you, and this one did, and I had to have this baby. So that's just one of my dolls. Sorry about that. One of my Santas, and he's big. He's 20-something inches tall. I don't know. Pretty big. And you see sneaking behind him is another one that's getting a little repair work. So we'll go check him out. Now this Santa is by Joyce Erickson, and I encourage you to look her up. Hard to find, by the way. And it's called Tomorrow's Heirlooms. If you find one of hers at a reasonable price, I can't seem to get this open. You should get it. And that's like her original picture, and then her thing about it. Oops, something's on there. And what year did she do this one? I don't know. He's older. Oh, by the way, I didn't do this. This is an original creation by Stephanie Paul Kyler. This one has a plate. Now, the snow that's on here is falling off. Oh, all these little things. Ugh, makes me crazy. Now, this one, it's got a couple of issues I don't like. I'm going to tuck that in a little bit. Well, maybe I don't have to sew it. I thought I was going to stitch it, but it's actually, if I just tuck it, it'll stay. So I added this bear, but this bear was over here. You can see how I kind of color coordinated. He probably was going to end up back over here. Now, this one, he comes with this really cool sleigh on the back that's tied on. I did something to this Santa, and it's been years, and I forgot what I did. I think I retied this because it was tied on in a weird way. And that seems to, yeah, I reconfigured it around him so it was more secure. I do like his beard. He's got some loose hairs you got to fix. I do like that bearding. He's got a really sweet face. He's got teeny tiny eyes, but he's held up as far as glue goes. He is built very well. Wow, could get farther away, couldn't I? This is a little doll I added. I think I originally had this as another thing. I've been moving since I've had these two dolls together. I had this one worked in over here as well. See, I'm sticking to the color theme, which is why I don't want that on there. It doesn't work. It's killing me. Oh, the weird things I get off on. I really wish there was some stuffing back here. I guess I just poof it out. You know what? I can get some stuffing in right there, which I'm going to do. Kind of fill out that back of that head some. Now, his tree's bugging me. Oh my gosh. He's got the cutest little horse that's attached. And he's got one apple, and I don't remember this. Did I add this one? I had to look because I see this glue because I don't glue. Yeah, it was on there. And he's got this tiger thing. This is really weird tiger thing, which makes no sense. Now, I added this. So, the glue is teeny tiny bear, and you can't see him, and it bothers me because I only want my Santas to have like one bear. So, and he is glued on good. Whatever she used, she was serious about. So that kind of makes me sad that you can't see that little bear. He's really hidden because this wants to fall forward. And I have worked with this. Another really cute things you can do if you're so inclined, you can get a pot to put that in, like a little terracotta pot or something. It looks really cute. But yeah, I had this wreath. It was an ornament, and I stuck it on there because I just thought it worked with him. So I am looking for more things that go with him. Still thinking about this horse. The horse probably won't go. It's been on. It's not original. It's something I added. But he has nothing in this hand. And that's why it's kind of bothered me. But I think I did have, in fact, he's around here somewhere. I do have a teddy bear that was with him. Now, this bag I actually got from a friend of mine. And it's an antique little bag. I don't even know what it is. And it's leather. And sadly, it's very, very dry. So I have to take very good care of it because it will, get damaged. But that's why I don't dare put anything in it. But you could if you wanted to. I just love it so much. I better be careful. But I just kind of like it hanging right here by him. And it was really long, and so I actually cut it off and retied it, and then I had these two things hanging down, which I thought about adding something to them, but I haven't. Check out the shoes. Let me tell you what, this guy, high quality, little wooden clogs, and he's got his little really adorable things like that. His snowshoes. I have a bunch of snowshoes. I just don't put them on my dolls. I keep thinking I'm going to, like on them. I may have them carrying them. This is bugging me right now. I got to figure out what to do with that piece. Anyway, he's got some hair on him from his hat. It's kind of getting on my nerves. But it's really cool. It's like a, I think it's raccoon. I don't know what that is. Video that for a minute. But yeah, so I'm going to add, my goal is to go get some more ornaments that are kind of wooden, or like these, you know. And I do have some really good ones. You know, you have the really cheap Chinese, China. I guess they came from China. So you have those, and I have actual better ones. And so I'm going to add some of those to that. And whatever just inspires me to work with this guy. So that's another one of my favorites. Now this is another one of my Stephanie Kyler Santas. He's pretty simple. His book, once again, glued. But I like that he has a book. I love this little baby that he's carrying right here. That is so sweet. And the little, oh God, I love this little baby he's carrying. So cute, like a little jester. Get your hands up. Yeah, get your little hands showing. Oh, and then the train that's attached. Probably need to tuck that in better. I think I had it up that way. Oh, no, it is. Look, there it is. Oh, I want the train to show. Put it right there. So he's really sweet. I haven't added anything to him, but when I got him, he had some skates. They were smaller, and I found these on eBay. But anyway, the skates were broken. Like one of the soles was all messed up. So I actually found a new pair of skates to put on him. His eyebrows, just like the other one, were gone. And mustache had just fallen out. His beard was coming off. But I fixed that. But look at what a sweet little sweater he's wearing. He is so sweet. And then I set him on this really cool tree-shaped sleigh. I have other sleighs. It just isn't one I had out that I could put him in or on. And then this guy, I just put that with him. Oh, what's wrong with your vet? I gotta tie that on better. And then that's my reindeer that my dogs love. My reindeers. They keep finding my reindeers. This is a, don't get me started, Joe Spencer. I would say Joe Spencer. Does that sound right? He is so adorable, and I put a book with him. So I always add and add and add a lot of stuff. So I've got some stuff I put on eBay. These adorableness. Look at these things. They're so cute. But I had to put them on eBay because I don't need them. Set my table. This is my whatever, Christmas setting. Now, one of the things that I collect, sorry about moving so fast. These are Timeless Collectibles by Carol Bouquet. There's Carol Bouquet and JENA Hall, and that was JENA Hall. And I love these dolls. And I also add a lot to them. Were you with another Santa? I don't know. No, he's a new guy. He looks like that though. So if you watch any videos I've done lately, I picked these little things up recently, and that little sleigh that's got writing on it, but I stuck them on there. So oops. Hey, I love adding stuff. That's an add-on. The books he's carrying are an add-on. I also put this pendant, and then this. He really had nothing with him. I forgot what his name is, but he is more of a seafaring one. He had a different hat. In fact, his hat, he has a brim on his hat, and I don't like his hat. I'm the worst about looking at what I'm doing versus what I'm filming. This is just pinned on with a pin, but his has a brim to his hat, and I hated it, and I never used him because I hated the brim. Well, one day I just said, that's it, ripped the hat off, and I tucked it under. Actually, it wasn't that hard to get off. I'm making it sound like it is. If you watched the previous video, I found this really cool ship. So being that he was a seafaring type guy, now he's got a ship that goes with him. So I like to add all these little cool things. And since I found this, I had this star, I've had this thing for years, and the bear had some red in it. I added this little holly thing. Not even holly, pine cone thing. This right here, I recently bought these little guys, so I added that to him. And I had this little piece of greenery. Oh, he will stay up. So I had this little piece of greenery that I added as well. Just stick it in there. Don't move. And then I had this beautiful ornament. I've always loved this ornament. And I displayed it with a different Santa. It's actually a decan that is a little bit more Victorian. But I didn't get my D's out this year because I got these out instead. But look at that fox. I mean, he's just amazing. I just love this guy. He has a beard that is a little bit yellower than a typical beard. But I prefer the Carol Bouquet faces. I like their little cute little soft faces. And I'm going to show you some JENA hauls so that you can see the difference. All right, so this is a JENA haul. He's still under plastic. I took him out to take pictures of him earlier, but see, she distresses hers, and it works for some, but it's just not my favorite face. It actually really works well for him. He is very unusual. I have never seen one like him since. I posted him on, you may see him online because I posted him online, but I have not seen one like him since. He's got little curly boots on, and I added this little piece, and I've added this, and I think he came with the lantern. And I can't remember if I added those bells, but on his back, he had just had a bag, and I added all these little wooden, well, that's not gonna work. I was hoping this would work better. I have all these little wooden toys, these that I added. And I just stuck them on a florist, you know, those green sticks for florists, and I kind of attached them that, and then stuck them down inside. Are you gonna show up? Probably not. So I look for ones that were toys, that more, you know, represented the toys to stick in there. Now, I actually have some of these were really good quality ones. These are not the typical, you know, made in China ones that I added with him. So they're pretty precious. This guy is also by JENA Hall, and you see his face. It has the distress on it. She also, you know, likes to gives him a little bit more wrinkles and stuff. He was made exclusively for Wild Wings, which is a hunting club up in Minnesota, for some kind of thing they were having. So I got him, and I've added like a little bristle brush. What do you call these things? Fox. I added the star and the canary, which I'm a canary. What am I talking about? Cardinal. I added the star. And I put the cardinal on the star. So I added that. I added a little, you know, rough little nativity with the pine because I thought that went really well. This is a cat that I've had for a long time, and I just shoved her in there. I just thought that was a good look. And then I have like a little tie bear and a lantern that has one of the battery operated lights that I need to turn on. This is probably one of my favorites. And his name is Pandarius, and I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Hang on. This is Pandarius, Prince of Holiday, and I'm kind of working with him. Like I added this little guy right here, the ballerina. I've added the. He needed a compass. I also had a real key that came with some jewelry that I got, and I got this is just kind of on there. It's not crystal. It's just whatever. And then I gave him a clock that's tied on there. It's a little pendant. It's really sweet. And he has a crazy quilt, tiny little stocking. And then he has this vintage style. These were put out by Raz Imports. And oops, sorry guys. And I have a few of those. So this one for somebody's curling. So I have him. I'll curl you backwards. And then a present, and I gave him a book. This book right now is really popular. I have like, what, 3 Santas now that have this book? I'm gonna have to swap out books. See, I've got one over here too, similar. These were the Kurt Adler books. So, you know, this was not really a book. It's more of a card. It's like an ornament. It really isn't a book. Just stick that in there because he needs it. Okay, and so this got to be a mess because as I had him arranged, and then I had to get stuff out, and then I made a mess. So I have a globe that goes, I put with him. And I also added this little, oh, there's that star. I'm about to lose my mind. I have like a couple of these stars, and I wanted to put them on the same Santa, and I couldn't find my other one because it's on him. I added this little cornucopia thing, or what do we call those? A little cone, and then little stuff that's inside right here. Wow, I should do a better job of filming. All right, so I added this little cone, and it was really nice with that color. And then the little stuff inside. This poor girl, this is my angel. And once again, no lighting, because I have no bulbs in my light. And so she got some more. She got a book, too. Seems like I'm picking up a lot of these and using this one. I need to go look. I have a whole bunch of those. Let me see what I've got back here. Oh, kind of like that. I like the green. She needs a little bit, kick up a little bit more green. So I had to sort of go through her and figure out which ones I added. I don't remember if she had the drum. Probably. That came. This I did add. This is a little glass. And then that. So she really didn't have a lot of stuff. I think I just added that little thing to her. Why do I think I added the drum? I don't know. This guy is actually going up for sale on eBay. Now this is another one of my Santas that I gave a whole new look to. He's got the funniest face. I actually did not pay a whole lot for this guy because he'd been for sale for a long time. And I'm going to show you something if I can get down in here. This is what he looked like. So he was just made from this plaid, and his body is tiny, and his head is huge. So he has a very elf look about him, which is really cute. Well, I stole this coat from another Santa because I just thought this was the cutest little coat. So let me back him up. And it kind of gave him more proportion. And his hands are really tiny, but I have mittens that someone made for me. They knitted that I'm going to put on him. And they're have different colors. I told her just maybe some different ones so I could decide what to put on different Santas. But she makes mittens and hats and scarves for 18-inch dolls like American Girl and, you know, all those dolls. And so I bought just mittens from her, and so I'm going to replace, I'm just going to put mittens over his thing. So I wanted a quick break to show you how awesome these mittens are. They're made like mittens. I mean, she puts all that detail into them. Like, these are real mittens. And they look really small, so I'm going to try them on. I just realized how tiny they look. So this is my American Girl doll. Well, yeah, I think once you get it over the thumb, you're good. Yeah, because they're very, oh yeah, they're really stretchy. So these are pretty nice. Wow. All right, yeah, so how precious are these? They really work well. And this is my poor doll that's missing eyelashes. I still have her. Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm thinking everybody needs to check on her page. She's very reasonable, I think, for the work she puts into these. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing now. It's been a little while since I bought these. She like did whatever colors I want. I just told her to give me some random colors, but I think she will custom do them to whatever color you want. So, wait, so she makes the hats and the scarves, and yeah, check her out. Link below. So I'm looking at all my mittens, all my colored mittens, and I'm kind of digging bringing out this blue. There's no more blue in his outfit. It's just mostly browns and grays. His old beard sheds like crazy. I can't imagine another reason to use the bright blue except with him, but you don't really see his pants when he's down, you know, tucked down in. The brown's not bad. I mean, it's not quite the same brown. It's a little bit too red brown. Yes, the green's not, oops, once again, too blue-green. Now the dark blue, let me see, dark blue's kind of cool. Not bad. He actually has black. She gave me some black ones. And here's what I realized. I like this color blue, though, I really do. And I love the little heather. That's so sweet. Look at the gray. But I can see this going with so many different Santas, but who am I going to use the blue with? So I do like the blue with this. So we're going to go with the blue. And so all these toys. He's sitting on a box right now. Oh yes, and in his boots, he had no boots. He just had just these feet. And I bought these boots. These are for 18-inch dolls. And I just bought them, and they're so precious. These are my babies. I love my babies. Of course, these babies look so much better with the porcelain Santas, but I really don't have a good porcelain Santa. I have some okay ones, but I want to make one just for these dolls that looks really perfect and has a beautiful coat. So I do have a basket of those. They'll have some toys around them whenever I'm done like that. Baby. So I have, would you sit up? No, I gotta sit up. Out in my barn or storage or somewhere, I don't know where I put them, but I have a buggy for that one to sit in. So yeah, I was kind of going through some stuff, and I have a box of doll toys. I mean, no, small toys like these that I like to put in. Here we go. This little bear right here is the one that was with him, but I don't like his size. I think that's why I pulled him. So see, I went with him because I like that bow, but I really don't like his size, and I don't think he does much for him. So I am hunting now for the better bear, and I have bears. I'm kind of digging this color. Oh, that brown may compete too. So who knew it was hard to find the right bear to go with the right Santa? But it becomes some just don't blend well. I think he'll be okay. Yeah, I kind of like the gold. So I guess I'll use him. That gives you a nice place to be. And I'll fix you up later and put you back where you were. He's just a little guy. So I want to show you a couple more of my Santas. I wish it was really organized and pretty, but this is what it's like trying to get ready. Still working on the tree, still adding ornaments. I want to show you something that I did add. So I have all these crystals. I pick up crystals every chance I get. These are so awesome on a tree. And I forgot where I put them, and I just came across them because I don't put them away with my Christmas stuff. So I have found them and stuck them on my tree. Got my little fire going today. So I have this really interesting tree that you can flatten out like that. Well, it actually hangs on the wall anyway, so it always looks good on my mantle. And my wooden horse. And then that guy, who I've added a couple more things to, including the reindeer that my dogs like. My dogs, if they see these reindeer laying within their reach, they will jump up and get them. I don't know what it is. He needs some love. I'm sorry about your beard. It's kind of tangled, isn't it? I'll fix you. And then these guys, and I have a duplicate. I think I've talked about these before on another video. Anyway, I have 2 of these, so I'm going to try to find him a new home. And I'm still debating on what to do with this guy. I like him, but I have so many. But I love him. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. So on the back of this Santa, I put this necklace. And I know you don't see his back from here. I just know it's on here. It makes me happy. So I added this necklace, and it just gives him this amazing back. Now I was trying originally to put him so you can see it when he's in the mirror, but I'm gonna do some rearranging because he needs to be on the other side so you can see it. But right now it's a weird angle. You can sort of see it, but not. So yeah, you really can't see it. Might be one I sell. I don't know. I mean, if I do, I strip them down because I like to keep my stuff. And there's really no particular reason other than I have a lot. Oh, this guy's super tall. So I have 2 that are really, really tall. And then a couple of that are a little bit smaller. And then I have 2 more that are not even out because they take up a whole table. They're really big. They have a big old base. There's probably double the size of these bases. And they're beautiful. And I love them, but I don't have a place for them. Now I got all these babies out. Yeah, and so I'm trying to sell like 3 of my JENA hauls as well. So, yes, when I say collection, I'm not kidding. I have a big collection. So I said I didn't get out my DGANs, and I didn't. These were some that I had stashed downstairs in my house. So I had them out. Now my friend has bought this one. She found it on eBay for a lot less than this one cost. Yeah, but this was a gift. And then I had this one. This was a gift from my mother-in-law. I got it, but I got it for my birthday actually. So, which is in April. These are originals, my little original DGANs, my tiny ones, because I can't afford the big ones, but the big ones are amazing. And these big ones are all the vintage House of Hatton. So yeah, these 3 ended up there. So this is an ornament by House of Hatton that I added to this one. And this one broke off another Santa that I have. And so I just stuck him in this instead and hit his little broken legs. And then these are things that I've added. This is stuff I've added. That is permanent. I think that was, yeah, I added the little present there. And then this is what came with the Santa, but I added the boots. Now these are House of Hatton boots. They are so heavy. They're like solid resin. And then I also added this puppet. But this dude's so heavy too. He's about to topple over. So I need to put some more stuff on his back to kind of balance him out. And I did add this candy on the back. This is also another piece by House of Hatton that I like to add. And then my vintage chewed up, bless his little heart. He's a very old, some kid really liked chewing on him. Pinocchio. On this guy, I haven't done a whole lot with him. I added the mask. But the head, this is the way when I got him, the head broke off. And I need to replace that head with something. So I'm going to go look for something. I can probably make it out of clay. I did add this precious little nativity to him. And the kind of vintage doll. And is that your bear? I don't remember. That is, I think that is his bear. And then he had the greenery. Or maybe I added it. I don't know. Are you going to come off? No, that's my bear. Okay, so that is my bear right there. And I also, I'm going to drop everything. I added this little ornament just because it was cute. And then this is a vintage, as in seriously vintage Victorian ornament. And the bird just ended up in here. And I really don't like the bird, but it's there for now. So one of the things, like I said, this is old. I'm looking, now that I have my lace kind of handy, I'm going to go find some vintage lace. Her little silk is literally just powder. It's coming completely apart. Look, you can kind of see right there. It's just starting to flake off. So she lost her skirt. I'm going to make her skirt out of a piece of vintage lace that I have. Now, I did add this thing that goes around the candle, which is so flammable. How could you put this around a candle? And I did put him on a base. And then this is a bear I recently got. And a little fire truck. I mean, I'm sorry, a little car. I say fire truck. I think I have a fire truck somewhere. Yeah, so there's all that. I feel like he needs like I really want to find one of my pins or something to put in his hat. He needs something fancy. I will tell you the long story about this guy. I bought him years ago, and the person had advertised that he was an original, and he did look really different than the typical Degans, but he was very expensive. So, of course, I thought he was, you know, that he was an original. Because at the time, I found some originals where the opening bid was like $100. So I got him, and he's not. He had a big old House of Hatton tag, E.O. Santamaker, House of Hatton tag on him. But they never took a picture of it. And the one I bought had like some of the little toys. I think this was missing his head. Oops, you're falling out. Maybe some of the other toys were missing. I hate that I can't see my toys because they're kind of covered up. I know that head was broken off. So, alas, I sent it back. I said, no, this was not an original, and I was looking for an original. So, I sent it back. Well, I never saw another one. For years and years and years, I did not see another one, and then finally one showed up, and I went, ah! I was meant to have it. So, of course, I had bought for myself, but I asked for money for Christmas so I could buy Santas. It's crazy. Anyway, getting back to this, I just love this little old toy. I don't know, I think she added these numbers, maybe because she does stuff like that. This doesn't work anymore. It's supposed to turn and make a bell sound, but look at that. The sweetest, just the sweetest. And yeah, I missed out on some of these sounds. I got outbid on some. Sadly, it's hard to find the originals. But I also have, my son got me that one, and I bought that one for myself. But there they are. There's some of my Degans. These aren't quite put together. I just got to stack them up here. His face is his paint. He's a little handmade with this little bit of mink. He's so precious. But his face is peeling. It's just chipping right off. So I got to go like repaint his face. And that's a Degan. Yeah. And did I add something to you? Yeah, I think the horn. Yeah, I just did the horn. He didn't need a lot of stuff. And he's sitting in a chair. He didn't come in a chair. I put him in a chair. And then this guy, I really need to touch up his feather tree with some paint or something. And everybody needs fixing. And then he's just this wonderful vintage. He actually goes in my china cabinet, but I pulled him out to touch him up, and he never got back in. You wouldn't believe the other Santas that I have that are handmade and beautiful, but something's broken or damaged, so I'm having to fix them. One of them was on a glass base, like an old lid to something, I guess. Anyway, it broke during shipping. So I'm out in my studio looking for batting to put around the Santa. And this is a Santa that I upcycled, I'll call it that, simply by painting his face. and look, his little sweet face. And he's got a little more personality. I did this years ago. And I had put, he was really short, so I had his length to his legs. I put plaster in his boots to give it some weight, and it just wouldn't dry, and it just did terrible. So then I had to chip it all out, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Fill it with hot glue. I really don't know how I'm going to stabilize. Anyway, I was spoke earlier about this little Santa that I need to fix. His stand isn't broken. I remember now. He is broken. His head was broken off, but his stand is really, really wobbly. It doesn't sit up very well. So here is this precious little Santa that I got. This does not go with him. And he has nothing in his hands. I think he must have had a garland at some point, but he didn't when I got him. But he has this sweet little polymer clay face. I can't really tell if it's painted. Let's see. I know I'm always looking at what I'm looking at instead of what I'm videoing. He needed some work. He needed just his eyebrows missing. His beard's all like the glue is yellowed and stuff, and then his hat has come off, and that may have been an eyebrow. I don't know. And then the fur is just coming off. It's real rabbit fur, and it's like trimmed, but it is just pulling out. See, he needs a little TLC, but the rabbit fur around here is fake. Isn't that weird? That's fake, but his hat is real. So I think he kind of got put away for a while because I wanted to swap out the fake with real, and same thing with the hat. Put the real around the hat. You know, replace that. So he's just a lot of work. But there's little things about him that I really loved. I love his little vest. It's so sweet. And it's just glued. He's just kind of glued together. And he's got these little charms hanging on him. A lot of sweet things about him. His coat's made decently, I suppose. It's got wire in it. It's got little studs in it. It's just different. So yeah, he's been down here in the box. And this guy needs to be worked on. And I think I mentioned earlier that I have a bunch of little toys. Oh, I totally forgot about these. These, I think I'd pulled these to kind of put with him. But he has got under here, I think I have a stand. Let me feel. Yeah, I have a stand for him under this. And so these are all the toys that I had put aside just for the Santa to go in his bags. He's got little dolls and stuff like that. Yeah, oh, that's too tiny for him, really. That's really not in good proportion. Maybe just mark on that. But yeah, this was his bag of things that I need to finish him and put him back together. And he basically screws to the, once you get him all together, he would screw back on there. He's really cute, but he's plastic. I can't get him in the box. Dude, get in your box. So he's sweet, but yeah, I just kind of ended up in this pile. I'm so sorry. This is a little tin I have of like ornaments and chalkboard pieces that need to be fixed. In this adorable shadow box Santa whose frame was chipped, so I had to repair and paint that. Anyway, that's I just kind of upgraded my chickens. Chickens are still chickens, but I did put some Christmas plates in there. That's my attempt at getting my house ready for Christmas. Yeah, it's a job. This is nothing compared to what I used to do. I mean, every room had a theme. I had energy then, and it was awesome. But this year, not so much. All right, thanks for watching.